Ticket Machine is the official ticket broker of Spartan Nation. No matter what you need a ticket for, border to border, coast to coast, the Ticket Machine is your ticket source. So whether you need to get into the hottest concerts, the best sporting events, you want the best seats in the house, or you just want to get in the door, when you want to go to any event that requires a ticket, anywhere, border to border, coast to coast, it's always theticketmachine.com. Theticketmachine.com, 517-655-3201. Check it out today at theticketmachine.com.
Yep. What's all your guys' playoff beards? What's going on?
Hockey. You don't mess with things when you're playing well, so just keep it flowing.
Okay. Good idea.
For you, Mike, when you look at Notre Dame, a lot of different things that they do. You can look at all the rushing numbers, but against Georgia it was only 55. You just don't know. So does that make it a little bit more perplexing when the numbers say one thing, but when maybe you look against a higher level competition, it's a little different?
Well, I'll tell you, they're a talented team regardless of who you're looking at them against. Even if it's that Georgia game, there were times where they were able to move the football and make some things happen. Their O-line's very good. They have multiple backs who are very good and sort of play off of each other, complement each other. Quarterback, when he gets in space, it's scary, but he can also throw it 70 yards down the field. That length they have on the perimeter is awesome. That's not something we see week in and week out, where there's tight ends and receivers that are all 6'5 plus. So there's definitely challenges, but we've been playing well, so we're excited.
This is probably maybe the best offensive line you face, so you're certainly one of them. What stands out to you on film specifically about the offensive line, please?
Well, there's a lot of experience. There's a lot of length. They definitely work well together. They understand each other. There's the one tackle where they're working a couple freshmen and they're rotating and still trying to figure out that spot. But beyond that, they're all game tested and good.
How much does the ability to rotate guys at multiple positions help what you guys are doing on defense right now?
I think it's helped us a bunch, especially in the defensive line. It's a battle every single play, and if you don't approach it like it's an absolute battle, like that play is a game, if you don't approach it like that, that's when you eventually start getting beat down and where big plays happen. So being able to rotate has allowed those guys to really play hard every snap.
Mike, do you attribute some of that being able to rotate with having Ron Burton working inside with those guys all the time, just getting their technique up?
But yeah, absolutely. Anytime in teaching, coaching, when you can have smaller groups and be real specific and give individual attention, you're going to get better. But Coach Burton does a great job with those tackles. I mean, he's got them going. Their passion, energy, destruction has been as good as it's ever been. And yes, individual attention, definitely. But we also have 6 guys that can do it. I don't know that we've had 6 guys that could do it on game day previously.
You talk about the 6 guys that can do it. I mean, you're using 6 at the end, too. But one of the things you guys talked about a lot was getting off the field on third down. You guys are able to do that now. I guess, what are you seeing from that package with Randall and Cooper that really is exciting?
Well, we have a lot of different looks that we've used so far, a lot of different looks that we haven't shown yet that we're excited about. But the bottom line is, Coop not having to have played 70 plays before he has to rush that passer on third down makes a huge difference. The fact that, we have some energy guys in Willikis and Dylan Alexander who are demonstrating to everybody that this is how we play Spartan football. Guys that have specific roles and can really take pride in those roles and sell out in those roles, all those things help.
Because you played 2 MAC schools that you were able to beat, I think people have undervalued the fact that you have been able to stay a little bit vanilla with some new things, and that is quite a benefit, isn't it?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You want to be able to bring out things that people haven't practiced. And offenses do the same thing. You practice everything you've seen on film. You try to extrapolate what they might do different, but there's always every single week going to be something different, something new that you have to play on principle. Well, we want to be able to bring out new things every week defensively, and I do think we've added some things in the offseason that we haven't had to use yet.
Going back to the individual teaching and coaching, how much does that help dealing with a guy like Wimbush when you have to be disciplined and know exactly what to do on every single play, I guess?
Yeah, you have to be disciplined with him. There's no doubt about it. We've definitely emphasized that, and how you are disciplined with a guy like that on the inside, defensive tackle, compared to on the edge, because you need to put pressure on him too. It's different. So when you can have a different voice communicating the different assignments, that's helpful. But the bottom line is we understand what type of player that is, and both in passing and running, and it's going to be a challenge.
Brian Kelly talked a lot about the potential for man coverage in that versus zone coverage against him opening up some lanes to run. But looking back to the 13 game when you guys were playing man on them and they just threw the ball up to draw pass interference, I mean, is that something you guys have been cognizant of and preparing those D-backs for?
Brian Kelly likes to throw it deep. There's no doubt about it. He is not hesitant about telling us as coaches in the offseason that, hey, you're going to see 20 deep balls during the game. So we're preparing for that, but bottom line is you have to make plays on the ball in the back end. That's what you have to do, and our guys have done a good job of it.
Does that go against principle for what you guys try and teach them to be physical on the edge with the corners?
No, you can be physical early without having to worry about pass interference. It's a bottom line is how you play once the ball's in the air. That's the difference, and he tries to put the ball in places where some flags are thrown, and we've been working hard to not be put in that situation.
What does it say about you guys as a defense that year in particular? You get called for 5 pass interferences that game to not really change. I mean, you guys didn't change at all going forward that season with the way you played the quarterbacks, maybe a little bit, but
yeah, we believe in what we do, but without a doubt we've made some adjustments too, so that's always a fine line. But that's years ago. That's in the past. We need to focus on right now. We try to say our memory doesn't go any further back than September 2nd of this year.
You're talking to sports writers, though. We like to look back. You guys
I know, and I don't like to do that. I want to talk about this week and this is a big one for us.
Speaking of looking back a little,
yeah, I was going to say, I can't ask you about Little Giants or anything.
I'm going to bring them together. It feels like that 10 game when you won, there's a lot of young guys around, that maybe a lot were on the sideline still redshirting, but that seemed to kind of be the starting point of so much success for this team. With a lot of young guys you're counting on now this year, can a game like this have that same sort of impact, be kind of a starting point of really kind of kicking things off with this young group?
You know, with anybody, whether you're experienced, young, old, there's definitely momentum in the game of football. And as your confidence grows, you play better. You're not waiting to see what happens. You believe in it, and you go make things happen. So we've been building confidence the first couple of weeks, but certainly going out and playing well against Notre Dame will just increase the speed of that momentum.
Is this a special rivalry to you personally? I mean, do you like playing in this game?
Well,
it's going away for a while.
Coach talks about with our guys, hey, you come to Michigan State to play games like Notre Dame, Michigan, Ohio State. There's a few of them, but certainly this is a big one, and it's seen nationally, and our guys will be up for it.
Seems like there's always like one play or two that we're always talking about from the past. Does it got to the point where you just kind of expect that now when these two teams hit the field?
That's going to come down to one play or two plays?
Yeah, there'll be one memorable or two memorable plays that we'll be talking about.
You know what? All big games are like that. You look at a game of football, and after the game, there'll be 5 plays that were the difference in the whole game. The thing is, you never know when they're going to come. I mean, it's a shocker. You can coach for 40 years, and you don't know when those 5 big plays are going to come. So it will be like that again.
Coach talked about possibly breaking Dom Long's red shirt this week. What have you seen from him to allow him to get on the field, either on special teams or at safety?
Well, he's a very sharp kid. He's a very coachable kid. He communicates well, and he also can flat out run. So when you're coachable, and then anytime a freshman's out there, a mistake will be made, but you have the speed to close the gap and cover for that mistake, you feel good about things.
Is he safety? Safety?
Safety, yeah. Safety. No. Good?
Thanks, Bill.
All right, guys.